Good evening. I'm Becky Guzzi-Woodford, President of ATHENA Akron's Board of Directors. And on behalf of our board and our members, welcome to the 2021 ATHENA Leadership Awards program. We are so pleased to be able to join together this evening to celebrate women leaders of Greater Akron. I'd like to extend my congratulations to tonight's honorees, Greta Johnson, Shaleeta Smith, Elizabeth Bartz, Romona J, Joy Malek Oldfield, and I'd also like to thank Theresa Carter, Sylvia Trundle, and Eileen Shapiro for their participation in this evening's program. And deep gratitude to our fierce founder, Norma Rist. ATHENA Akron is an independent 501c3 nonprofit organization that was established in 2015. Our mission is to connect established women leaders, provide access to established women leaders, and offer leadership development and education. Tonight, we present the ATHENA Leadership and Young Professional Women Leadership Awards to some amazing women, and we are excited that all of you are here to witness and celebrate with us. But before we get started, I would like to thank those who made this evening possible. Thank you to our diamond sponsor, Summit County Executive Eileen Shapiro's Department of Job and Family Services. Our gold sponsors, First Energy Foundation, Focal Point, Goodyear Tire Rubber Company, PNC Financial Services Group, State and Federal Communications. Our silver sponsors, Huntington National Bank, Synthomer Foundation, the University of Akron, Zuckerman Consulting Group, and thank you to our bronze sponsors, Akron Community Foundation, Browse McDowell, GAR Foundation, Gojo Industries, Great Work Employment Services, Metis Construction Services, Palumbo and Sweet, Deborah Schifrin, Wells Fargo Advisors, and Zaransky Wealth Management. We value your leadership and support. At this time, I would like to welcome our very first woman county executive, Eileen Shapiro, to give a few remarks. County Executive Shapiro is a 2006 recipient of the ATHENA Leadership Award and also served on the board of ATHENA International. In addition, she was the champion for bringing the ATHENA PowerLink program to Akron, and she continues to be a fierce advocate for all women throughout our community. It's now my honor to introduce County Executive Eileen Shapiro.
Good evening. I'm thrilled to join you to celebrate some of our incredible Summit County women. As many of you know, I'm a longtime supporter of ATHENA Akron, and I'm proud to be an ATHENA, and I'm proud to be tonight's diamond sponsor. A special thank you to all of our other sponsors for making tonight possible. Each woman we are recognizing tonight has made a real difference in the lives of so many other women along the way. Greta, Shaleeta, Liz, Romona, and Joy, you teach, you mentor, and you uplift others. Each one of you have made Summit County a better, stronger community and have led the way for so many women who will come behind you. We are so very fortunate to have you as an integral part of the fabric of our women's community. And now I must take a few moments to say some special words about Greta, who I nominated for the ATHENA Award. Greta is an irreplaceable member of my team. She leads by example with her head and her heart. She is always there to help and brings compassion and excellence to all she does. The last couple of years have been challenging for everyone, and the county is no exception. So much has been done to positively impact our entire community. And let me say that without Greta Johnson, we could not have accomplished all we did. She stepped in and stepped up with her whole being. She is our backbone, our go-to person, and she is rock solid. Greta, thank you for the woman you are and for all you do. You are truly a gift to our community. You are a woman who leads the way with every fiber in your body, and my sincerest congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. Greta and the other women we are honoring today represent just a small portion of the many women demonstrating exemplary leadership in our community each and every day. We have seen women step up to lead their households, to lead our community, the state, and our nation through this pandemic and during very uncertain time in our history. Women once again have shown us the way. I am hopeful that better times are ahead, but I know no matter what, the women of Summit County will lead the way.
Thank you, Eileen. We are so fortunate to have so many strong women who give of their time and talent. And tonight, we are excited to have co-chair Sandra Haskell and Pam Valentine serve as our MCs this evening. Sandy is the manager of volunteer services and community relations at University Hospital's Portage Medical Center. And Pam is retired from the Girl Scouts of Northeast Ohio. They both are great community advocates who serve on the ATHENA Akron board. And I thank both of you for your dedication in co-chairing and emceeing this evening's program. I'm pleased now to turn the program over to Sandy and Pam.
Welcome to our 2021 ATHENA Akron Leadership Award program. I'm Pamela Valentine.
And I'm Sandy Haskell, and we're delighted to serve as your MCs for this evening. Tonight, we're going to recognize some exceptional women leaders in our community. Even though we had hoped to meet in person this year, our virtual program is certainly going to accomplish honoring excellence in leadership.
Yes. Before we get started, we'd like to first acknowledge all of our public officials who have joined us this evening. Please take a moment to say hello and be recognized in tonight's chat room. And thank you for joining us.
We'll begin tonight's program with keynote reflections by two former ATHENA Leadership Award recipients. Join us in welcoming first Theresa Carter, followed by Sylvia Trundle.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to share with you the background and significance of tonight's celebration that honors some of Akron's finest women leaders. The ATHENA Leadership Award is reflective of a quote by Plato, which reads, "What is honored in a country will be cultivated there." The award was established in 1982 in Lansing, Michigan by Martha Mertz, the founder of ATHENA International. The honor is named after the mythical Greek goddess of wisdom, courage, strength, and enlightenment. It is unique in both its international scope and the ATHENA mission upon which it is based. Nearly 8,000 leaders have been recognized with the ATHENA Leadership Award in more than 500 cities across the United States and 11 countries. Those selected for an ATHENA Leadership Award are called recipients instead of winners. As eloquently stated by Martha Mertz herself, this is about honoring one to lift all. When one of us succeeds, we are all elevated. Recipients of the ATHENA Leadership Award are individuals who have achieved the highest level of professional excellence, contribute their time and energy to improve the quality of life in the community, and actively help others, especially women, in realizing their full leadership potential. Recipients demonstrate the ATHENA leadership model, which are 8 principles of enlightened leadership. They are living authentically, learning constantly, advocating fiercely, acting courageously, fostering collaboration, building relationships, giving back, and celebrating. In today's extraordinary times, the ATHENA leadership model represents skills and attributes for building the successful leaders we need now and in the future. It is the basis for this prestigious award. As an honored recipient myself of the ATHENA Leadership Award in 2007, I congratulate and welcome this year's recipients to a unique group of women. I would also like to recognize and extend a warm welcome to our prior ATHENA Leadership Award recipients from 2003 through 2020. They are Norma Rist, Carol Cartwright, Deborah Adams Simmons, Cynthia Capers, County Executive Eileen Shapiro, Jacqueline Silas Butler, Daisy Alford Smith, Judge Eleanor Marsh Stormer, Candace Campbell Jackson, Diane Newman, Lori Zuckerman, Terry Heckman, Judith Barnes Lancaster, Sylvia Trundle, Sherry Newbert, Tracy Buckner, Grace Wilkochik, Jolene Lane, and Donna Skoda. And now, I would like to invite ATHENA Leadership Award recipient Sylvia Trundle to share a special message with tonight's honorees. Sylvia, What an exciting night we have upon us.
It surely is, and thank you, Theresa. Congratulations to our ATHENA Award recipients this year. As usual, it's an impressive list of women who continually demonstrate that hard work, a passion for caring for others, and embracing change that will improve our community is worthy of respect and acknowledgement. When I received this tremendous award in 2017, I had recently retired from my position with the Akron Police Department, and I must admit that I was a little tired and a little worse for wear after my career in law enforcement. And this prestigious award served to fire me up and erase the doubts that I was still valuable to my community. The outpouring of friendship and support from so many women that I have admired and followed through their own stellar careers meant so much to me. I hope that the ATHENA 8 Principles of Enlightened Leadership will continue to resonate with you both individually and as you mentor young leaders following in your footsteps. People are watching you every day, and may you continue to discover the grit and gratitude in yourselves that make others seek your guidance and trust your message. ATHENA Award winner Duffy Ybarra shared, "Know yourself, be comfortable and confident with who you are so that you can portray it to others. If women follow this, we can change the world." Looking at my beautiful ATHENA statute number 8189 reassures me that I can be a change agent and not lose myself. May this award be a testament to your past, present, and future contributions as you uplift and empower others, especially women, in being their best selves. Thank you.
Thank you, Theresa and Sylvia, for your reflections. You are both strong representatives of what ATHENA Leadership Award stands for and the guiding principles of the ATHENA leadership model.
And now it's time to meet this year's ATHENA Leadership Award honorees. We're going to start tonight's presentation of the ATHENA Young Professional Leadership Award.
So please join us in welcoming Alicia Robinson, the recipient of this award last year, who will make the presentation.
I had the amazing honor of receiving the 2020 ATHENA Young Professional Award last year. And now I am so excited to be presenting my dear friend, Shaleeta Smith, with the 2021 ATHENA Young Professional Award. Shaleeta Smith is a manager of maternal child health at Summit County Health Department. She is a graduate of the University of Toledo, where she received her Bachelor's of Science in Biology and her Master's in Public Health and Epidemiology. Within her role at the health department, she oversees services and programming that focus on women, family, infants, and minority health. Shaleeta works closely with the City of Akron, social service agencies, grassroots organizations, and the hospital system to improve health outcomes in Summit County. She is also the CEO of All in Time LLC, an event planning and photo booth company, which was established in 2018. Shaleeta is very active in the community. Currently, she serves as Vice President of the Akron Urban League Young Professionals. She is on the Board of Directors for Community Support Service and Students with the Goal, SWAG, and is an active member of the Lambda Phi Omega chapter, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Shaleeta's work has not gone unnoticed. She is a current member of Leadership Akron's signature program, Class 38, a 2021 recipient of the Mothers on a Mission Dr. MLK Jr. Drum Award, a 2020 recipient of the Greater Akron Chamber 30 for the Future Award, and a graduate of Leadership Akron's Diversity on Board Class 4. Shaleeta's mission is to live life with no excuses and cultivate change in the communities where she lives, works, and serves. So please join me in honoring Shaleeta Smith with the 2021 ATHENA Young Professionals Award.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you to the wonderful ATHENA team, and I am so grateful and honored to be receiving this amazing award. To the Akron community, thank you for embracing me from day one. I have always felt the love no matter where I am or what I do. To my parents, family, and friends, thank you for always being supportive in everything that I do, no matter where I'm at. To my leadership and support system at Summit County Public Health, thank you for allowing me to be an emerging leader of change and being supportive as I advocate for our community. As I continue to grow as a community leader, I think it's very important to focus on my active listening skills. As a convener, a facilitator, and a member of the community, it is very important to keep the community at the front of our decisions and keep the community at the heart of every initiative, program, and strategy that is built into our communities as a whole. I believe that my passion and determination started when I started in my work in maternal child health. I really was new to the role of focusing on women's, infants, and babies in our community, and the fact that our Black community is disproportionately affected is truly heart-wrenching. So self-care is extremely important to me, although I don't practice it probably as much as I probably should. I love new experiences. I love to travel. I like to hang out with my friends. I love art and culture. I love to just randomly go on excursions and adventures. And more importantly, I like to really just take a time to relax and just enjoy the current moment, because at the end of the day, tomorrow is not promised. Working with pregnant women and mothers, I feel that I continuously have to be courageous and explore and tell their stories, because unfortunately, a lot of times they don't get to share their voice. One time I had a situation where a mother came to me where she had been living in her car. She had been homeless for about 30 days, and she had been a victim of domestic violence. I was able to work with my amazing team to work together, to be her voice, to get her housing, to get her shelter, to get her food and the essentials that she needed to take care of her family. This is just one amazing act that I get to experience on the day-to-day, and this is just one thing that all the work that we do in Summit County truly gets to join together to change our community. My leadership really starts as I was a child. I'm the only child. My parents are extremely, extremely humble, and they have worked their entire lives. If it wasn't for them and my extended family, and also my friends now, I wouldn't be where I am. But my parents really instilled in me the importance of leadership, what it means to be a leader, and what it is to advocate not only for yourself, but whatever you believe in. So every day I try to live with that, and also just think about it's not just about me, it's how I want to leave my impression in the world and my legacy moving forward.
Congratulations, Shaleeta. We look forward to hearing even more great things from you as a rising woman leader. Before we transition into the presentation of our ATHENA Leadership Award finalists, you're in for a special treat with a musical performance by the ETC School of Musical Arts.
ETC School of Musical Arts has provided musical education, performance training, and opportunities for over 40 years. This organization involves over 100 students in grades 3 through 12, an area spanning over 30 schools and 3 counties.
Participants in their 4 show choirs gain a positive attitude towards self, family, and community through developing an understanding of excellence and professionalism.
Now let's enjoy the ETC All-American Show Choir.
1, 2, 3, 4. Crowd.
Thank you, ETC, for that wonderful performance. We can definitely see why ETC stands for energy, talent, and commitment. So Pam, are you ready to meet this year's ATHENA Leadership Award finalists?
I certainly am. And to introduce and recognize this year's finalists, please welcome Donna Skoda, one of last year's ATHENA Leadership Award recipients.
Thank you, Pam and Sandy, and good evening, everyone. I'm honored to participate in tonight's recognition and can certainly remember how exciting it was to receive the ATHENA Leadership Award last year. My congratulations to all of tonight's honorees. It's my pleasure this evening to recognize the 3 ATHENA Akron Leadership Award finalists. Let's get started. Elizabeth Bartz, a friend and a mentor, is a founder, president, and CEO of State and Federal Communications. Through her vision and the leadership, the services her company provides are sought out both nationally and internationally, with offices in Akron and Washington, D.C. Recognized for her expertise in government compliance, she holds leadership positions on numerous boards, government affairs boards, and councils. Elizabeth has called Akron home for the last 28 years, and she cares deeply about her community. She works diligently to meet the challenge of hunger in Northeast Ohio by co-chairing the last 2 years for the Harvest for Hunger campaign for the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. She is also an avid supporter of the United Way of Summit County, Kent State University, and the Akron Roundtable. When it comes to mentoring and supporting others in her professional development, Elizabeth always walks the talk. She routinely offers paid internships to college students and created an endowment at the Kent State University Trundle branch to provide scholarships for graduating seniors from Howland High School, her high school alma mater. Elizabeth was also nationally recognized by the Public Leadership Education Network for her support in preparing women for leadership in positions in public policy. Please join me in congratulating ATHENA Leadership Award finalist Elizabeth Bartz.
In 2014, I joined a group called the National Hellenic Society. And I sat there in the audience and I looked at all these men up there. But I had just joined, I wasn't gonna say anything, I wasn't gonna rock the boat. And a year later, I attended another conference of the National Hellenic Society. So this would be 2015, and there are another group of men up there. And I raised my hand and said, how do you get in that group? Here I had been a member. I never got anything regarding nominations to serve on the board. And so there was a lot of yelling back and forth about, I just started and, who do you think you are, young lady? And I kept being a member of this group. For a number of reasons, I wasn't able to attend their meeting just a couple of weeks ago. And last Wednesday, I received a call from the executive director, Art Demopoulos. And the first thing out of his mouth was, thank you. Because of you and the comments you made back in 2015, we now have 9 women on the board. And I'm pretty proud of that because that's very important that we have men and women at the table. What attributes can women have right now, can I tell you, is to help other women. And that is really important, to be there whenever anybody asks. And it could be somebody that you've known your whole life or somebody you've just met. I try to make sure I'm a connector to a lot of women so that if they have a question about their career, about a job that they're looking to take, what can they do? Pretty much anything except, personal things. I want them to know they can call me and get some advice. What would I tell my 20-year-old self? And that was a long, long time ago. But there are a lot of 20-year-olds that I know right now, and I would tell them the same thing that I really wish somebody would have told me, and that was really to stick to what I believe in and be honest all the time to people. Self-care is so important these days. I realized during this pandemic I wasn't taking enough time for myself. But one thing that I do enjoy is shopping, and I love traveling. And I think that those two things relax me. And in all honesty, I do have a personal trainer that I meet with twice a week because I can't shop all the time. My lifelong mentor, who I've looked up to for leadership qualities, has been my college roommate, Judith Zamomra, who I met on my first day of orientation at Kent State University. And I'm truly jealous of her right now. She is retired as the city manager of Sanibel Island. So now I really look up to her to see how that is done.
Our next finalist has been a leader in the small business lending community for over 30 years. Romona Davis is the Vice President, Senior SBA Business Development Office for the Huntington National Bank. Recognized for her expertise in SBA lending, Romona also represents the bank in their community development and job creation efforts. She is sought-after presenter on small business issues and enthusiastically shares her knowledge with women, entrepreneurs, and students. A desire to give back has led Romona to several key leadership roles in the community, including the boards of the Greater Akron Chamber, Downtown Akron Partnership, and Jumpstart. She volunteers for the Akron Urban League and serves on the Akron Foundation that awards funding to numerous local organizations. Romona has been committed governing board member of the PBS Western Reserve since she was appointed in 2005. In addition to helping the station establish an endowment fund, she currently serves as the board of their board of directors, the first woman of color to serve in this position. Romona is a tireless advocate of financial literacy education and business development. Her heart for service allows the community to benefit from her leadership and professional experience. Please join me in congratulating ATHENA Leadership Award finalist Romona Davis.
Fierce advocacy is a vital component of leadership and it's important to advocate for others as well as yourself. I am very fortunate to have a position where I am a community advocate as well as an advocate for my customers at Huntington National Bank. I provide access to capital to individuals to allow them to run their business operation, employ staff, and just help the overall economy. I believe the most successful attributes of women leaders of today are being fair and unbiased, demonstrating compassion and empathy so that people can see that you are human. I think it's important also to build relationships. The advice I would give my 20-year-old self would be to stay true to your foundational principles. And for me, that's God and my family values. I would also say believe that you can do it, because if you believe it, then you can achieve it. Prepare for the opportunity. So that could be getting additional education, some specific training, focusing on personal and professional development, seeking out mentors, and also seeking out a leader in a community that you admire. Self-care is extremely important as a leader. So what I like to do is travel. I like to go to the beach, spend time reading. I like seeing the palm trees, the mountains. And locally, I like to go hiking and just find fun and adventure in golfing, go-kart racing, horseback riding, and things like that. And then for some relaxation time, I like to spend time with my family, you know, my mom who's getting older, my 2 beautiful daughters, and my 3 adorable grandchildren. There's so many women that I look up to for inspiration and mentorship as I continue this journey in leadership. Some of them are here and then others have passed on, but certainly there are women such as Harriet Tubman, who was extremely courageous, who had a vision, and she made an impact during the slavery days. And I also look at women such as Sojourner Truth and the late Sandra J. Robinson, who was a trailblazer here in Akron, Ohio. I look at women such as Eileen Shapiro, who is the Summit County executive, and she once had a career in banking. And, she's transformed the county, and, she's such an inspiration. And then there are other people locally, such as Maggie Ferrant, who works at Huntington National Bank, and she leads our business banking team. And so there's so many women out there, I can't even begin to name them. But I do look at women who are strong, who are courageous, who are not afraid to make change, who are diplomatic, and who are just successful.
Judge Joy Malek Oldfield is our 3rd Leadership Award finalist. Previously as the Akron Municipal Court judge and now as a judge in Summit County Common Pleas Court, Joy is known for her judicial leadership in addressing mental health and recovery issues. She is the presiding judge of the Felony Drug Court's Turning Point program. This specialized court helps individuals struggling with addiction gain access to treatment and services to turn their lives around. Joy co-founded the Y Strong program to provide participants access to area YMCA facilities for physical wellness. She also started a Faith in Recovery spiritual guidance program and introduced a therapy dog support in her court. Joy is active in numerous community organizations, including the Christ Child Society and the advisory board for the Akron Community Foundation Women's Endowment Fund. As forum chair for the Endowment Fund, she organized a community dialogue to address obstacles women face in poverty. Joy is inspirational mentor to women, whether she's serving as a youth cheerleading coach, teaching future lawyers at the University of Akron Law School, or advocating for the women in her courtroom who want to break the cycle of addiction. Join me in congratulating ATHENA Leadership Award finalist, Joy Malek Oldfield.
I think for leaders, one of the most important qualities is humility. And it's hard to talk about that in terms of a women's leadership award, because I feel like oftentimes women need to, or make themselves feel like we have to proceed with this sort of air of confidence to get through the male-dominated world we live in, and it is one. Even though I realize in public service where I am, 10 out of 10 of our general division judges are women, we know that most of the wealth in this country and in Fortune 500 companies is occupied by men. So, humility is important nonetheless for women and men, because it helps you take a good look at the help you need and ask for the help you need. And I think you can be confident and still be humble. Because humility doesn't mean that you don't believe in yourself. It just means that you recognize you're not any better than anybody else. I have been fortunate through my career and through my personal life to have a number of people that I can look to for mentorship and for leadership roles. Even as a young lawyer, one of my bosses, who later became my legal partner, John Hill, really taught me about self-care and about not trying to be everything to everyone on any given day. He told me that it was important to just be prepared and work hard and prioritize for yourself what you were going to do in a given day. That was the most important thing to you that day, because you can't be, the best mom, the best lawyer, the best everything every time. You have to pick and choose, and that was really critical advice for me, because I think we're always hard on ourselves. As I moved into public service, Judge Eleanor Marsh Stormer really motivated me to be in public service, and taught me about what it meant to serve the public, and taught me about the broader role that judges have, and helped me identify why it was that I was going into that field, and really motivated me to make change and do good things. And I even get mentorship from people who are my own age, my colleagues, my peers. Amy Corrigal-Jones, who's our administrative judge, I went to law school with her, and she's always been someone I've admired and respected for her work ethic and for her determination and her ability to sort of tune out what we call the haters, and what they have to say about our decisions, and just focus on what we believe to be the right thing to do. I think the advice I would give to my 20-year-old self, if I said, had to look back and prepare that girl from a long time ago for leadership roles, is buckle up. Because this world is tough, and particularly for women who are trying to succeed in any industry. Obviously, mine has been in public service for the last over a decade, but there are twists and turns you don't expect, and you have to just require yourself to take a minute and remember who you are and why you chose the path you chose. Self-care is really important for people to sort of be their best selves, right? And I think as women, particularly women in professional fields, we ignore ourselves a lot of times because we're trying to be all things to all people. Back pre-COVID, I was really good about going to the gym and taking a walk every day, and I would go running. I wouldn't call it running, it was a slow jog. But I was doing a lot of things, I think, exercise-wise, and I think that's super important for self-care. I would say, I got COVID, and during this pandemic, it's been hard to be motivated. I think we've all suffered from a little bit of, just feeling like lethargy, that we are stuck in this situation, in this pandemic, for as long as we have been. So that's been a challenge for me. I was a trial lawyer before I became a judge. So for the better part of the first decade of my professional career, my job was to advocate for people who suffered some injury, whether it was a personal physical injury, whether it was the loss of a limb or a loved one or their employment, real serious stuff that was tough for them to deal with. So I'm proud to say I had a lot of positive outcomes, that I helped people try to get compensation in the only way that our justice system allows that. The goal is to, quote, make you whole, but we can all agree that when you lose a loved one, there's really no amount of money that you can recover that's going to make you whole. But I am proud to say that I did stand up for people who suffered some kind of thing in their life that they needed somebody to stand up for them. So this question I got, and I was thinking about what are the most important attributes for successful women leaders, and what I will tell you is I can't wait until we recognize that leadership attributes are not gender specific. So the most important attributes that I think are relevant for leaders are relevant whether you're a man or a woman. And that involves obviously humility, which I've talked about before, because I think humility is important for all of our leaders. Kindness to others, because I think that the way we treat other people is truly a reflection of who we are. And I really just believe that, and I try to apply that in my own life. I would also say preparation, because some people just have natural ability and some people don't, but I really believe in hard work. And I think that people who don't prepare for whatever their task is that day or blow it off, it's really unfortunate, because it's demonstrating that you don't really care about what you're about to do. And I don't have that reputation, and I don't have that belief. I always care about the task that's at hand for me. So I would say for any leader, man or woman, those are the three things: hard work, humility, kindness. I try to apply those things all the time.
Congratulations, Elizabeth, Romona, and Joy, on your finalist recognition. You are truly leaders in our community and role models to our young professionals.
We're now ready to recognize tonight's ATHENA Leadership Award recipient. It's time to hear all about this year's honoree.
Making tonight's presentation will be Jolene Lane, also a recipient of ATHENA Leadership Award last year.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce to you Greta Johnson. Her passion and commitment have led her to a life well lived in public service. Her exemplary service has compiled more than 15 years as a teacher, an assistant prosecutor, a legislator, and now as Executive Eileen Shapiro's Assistant Chief of Staff and Director of Communications. She's an outspoken advocate for our community who has worked to seek justice. Greta has focused much of her time on issues facing women, including sponsorship of numerous pieces of legislation in support of women's equality and equity, and topics such as removing restrictions and barriers on a woman's right to control her reproductive choices, removing state sales tax on feminine hygiene products, prohibiting gender and sexual orientation discrimination, creating the Family and Medical Leave Program in Ohio, and addressing pay equity in public employment. Beyond advocating for these women's issues, she has served as an advocate for children, victims of crime, and the healthcare system as well. As Executive Shapiro's point woman on numerous projects and initiatives, Greta has championed initiatives that support women and families in the community, illuminating her dedication and focus on making Summit County a positive and special place to call home for all residents. Furthermore, Greta takes pride not only in personally mentoring young women with whom she works, but also in supporting and uplifting other women leaders as well. Leveraging her experience as a college athlete, Coach Johnson inspires young female volleyball and basketball players, including her own daughters, to learn the value of fair play and teamwork. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the 2021 ATHENA Leadership Award recipient, Greta Johnson. And at this time, I'd like to invite Greta to join me at the podium to receive her award. Congratulations, Greta. We are so proud of you and pleased to offer you this award.
Thank you so much. It is incredibly humbling to accept this award, especially in a year where so many amazing women have shown such strength and leadership. I'd like to begin by congratulating the other women being honored tonight. The combined power of this group is a force, and to share time and space with you in this event is an honor. I'm so glad I've been able to work with most of you across the course of our careers. I would like to thank the ATHENA Board of Directors and Selection Committee for this honor. I do not take lightly the responsibility it brings with it. Sharing this award with past recipients like Donna Skota, Theresa Carter, Sylvia Trundle, Norma Rist, and my own boss, Eileen Shapiro, reminds me that while I may be standing here tonight, there is still much work for me to do to continue to live up to this title. The title of this honor is ATHENA Leadership Award, and for me that almost seems strange because leadership itself is the reward for me. I love being on and leading a winning team. I always have. And whether that means being a part of a leadership team who helped guide this community through some of the most challenging times in its history, or leading a 4th grade CYO volleyball team, I always try to remember that it is a privilege to lead, and that leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. And if you're doing it right, leadership and mentorship go hand in hand, and often are one and the same. I believe in intentional and authentic mentorship. Creating opportunities for others to succeed must be a priority. I've been incredibly fortunate throughout my life and career to have strong women as mentors. From them, I learned how important it is to be willing to never say no to a job you would ask another to do, to always show gratitude for a job well done, and to be direct when the effort or output needs to be improved. I encourage all of you to look at ways in which you can lift up the women in your life, whether personally or professionally. Be an outspoken advocate for each other and be unapologetic for your voice. When crisis truly struck our community in March 2020, I'd like to tell you I immediately knew what to do. I didn't.
And so for a moment, I froze. But lucky for me, I had a good friend and colleague who threw the keys in my face and told me to drive. So I did the only thing I thought would be immediately helpful. I called together a group of people who could look at the situation from both a tactical and strategic perspective. And when I think about that day, it is hard for me not to get emotional. We were all so scared. There was so much unknown. But on a Saturday morning, a small group of public servants started a plan of how community operations could continue, how we could partner with public health, and what we could do to keep each other and the 541,000 residents we serve safe. So for me, whenever someone makes an offhanded comment about government workers, they should prepare for a response. Because I know that I work with noble and dedicated colleagues. I am grateful to those people and so many others who assisted and continue to assist in this endeavor. From that first conversation, it started an open line of communication from public health to all 31 communities in the county and to all county offices and agencies. In those bi-weekly meetings, accurate information was disseminated and fears were calmed as much as they could be. This work led me to form even stronger relationships with our public health team. Donna, you and your team, on behalf of the grateful community, thank you for all you have done to keep us healthy and safe. The leadership your team has shown is unparalleled and certainly award-worthy. A few more thank yous are in order. My communications team, the best team in town, thank you for trusting me, and thank you for trusting yourselves. You make me proud every single day. My colleagues in the executive administration and all of the employees serving our community on behalf of the county, thank you for your work, your tireless dedication to the staff and to our community. It is truly a privilege to serve with you. Executive Shapiro, thank you for seeing in me the qualities worthy of this award and for entrusting me to represent you when the demands of your own leadership require assistance. I can think of no greater compliment than to trust someone to carry your name and your mission to the community. My parents, my family, my success is because of you. My failures are in spite of you. Emma and Abigail, always remember that we trade in our glass slippers for patent leather pumps on Monday mornings. Thank you for understanding that I have a big and important job, and sometimes I work too much. You are the very best of me. And of all the jobs I've had, being your mom is far and away my greatest achievement. Thank you all once again for this most humbling honor. When I think about focusing on taking my leadership skills to the next level, I am trying to be intentional about taking a pause. Not everything that is presented to me is an emergency, and my natural inclination is to immediately react, try and solve the problem. But over the last couple of years, I've really tried to take a step back and reflect on, does this need to be taken care of right now? Or can I take a couple hours or even sleep on it? And I've found that my responses and the plans that I bring to whatever the problem may be tend to be more thoughtful and more holistic when it comes to solving the problem. The words of wisdom I would share with emerging leaders in our community are first and foremost to trust your instincts. You know what feels right, and you should be unapologetic about advocating for yourself or your ideas. I would like for all young women and emerging leaders to try their best to remove I think and I feel from the beginnings of their statements. Instead of saying, well, I feel we should or I think we should, your statement should be, we should do it this way. It brings across the point that you know exactly what should be done, and it takes away the emotion from the statement. You're a leader, you know what should be done. An experience that I had that showed compassion was actually directed toward me. And it was a year or two ago. I was being hard on myself and saying those things out loud to a friend, and she said back to me, "Don't talk about my friend like that." And it really caught me off guard, and it made me realize that women, especially, we are our toughest critics, and we should all be more gentle with ourselves. And that push-pull for working women, we're supposed to work like we don't have kids and parent like we don't have a job. And that internal monologue we have about not being good enough or not doing enough, I've really tried to be intentional about being more gentle with myself, being more compassionate with myself, and allowing those moments of weakness to happen, but getting right back up and knowing that I'm doing a good job on both ends. Self-care really is important, and it's important to, fill up your cup before you move on to the next endeavor. And so I would love to tell you that I'm good at it all the time, but some weeks it's exercising and eating healthy and reading fulfilling help books. But some weeks it's a glass of wine and a gossip magazine. So there has to be a balance. I also know that for me, coaching my girls volleyball team was a wonderful way to leave this stress of work and everything else behind and really focus on watching these 9-year-olds discover teamwork and sportsmanship. And when I look back at my career, the most courageous time I feel was between 2012 and 2017. And it wasn't any one thing in particular, but I had 4 different jobs in 5 years. And that included my first run for office in 2014 when I had 1-year-old twins at home. I'm incredibly lucky to learn about leadership from the people I work with and for. I have an amazing boss. I have amazing directors who are on our staff, and the people on my own immediate team. And I would encourage people who are watching not to limit your mentors or your sheroes to those who are older than you or those who you work for. I am incredibly inspired by the young people who work on my team, and I see in them new visions of leadership and new ways to get jobs done. And I see a hustle that is just really inspiring, and it keeps me wanting to mentor them and provide them with opportunities that they can grow and succeed.
Congratulations, Greta Johnson, our 2021 ATHENA Leadership Award recipient. We hope you will personally commend Greta for this prestigious recognition when you see her out in the community.
We have a special treat for Greta this evening. One of her colleagues, Sharon Reeves, has prepared a special musical selection in honor of her recognition. Please enjoy the performance.
Congratulations, Greta. We're all so very proud of you. This is for you. Each day I live, I want to be a day to give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. I broke my heart for every gain to taste the sweet. I face the pain, I rise and fall, yet through it all, this much remains. I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then in that one moment in time, I will feel eternity. I've lived to be the very best. I want it all, no time for less. I've laid the plans, now lay the chance here in my hands. Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me, give me one moment in time when I'm racing with a destiny. Then in that one moment in time, I will feel eternity. Oh, you're a winner for a lifetime if you seize this one moment in time. Make it shine. Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment this time when I'm racing with the destiny. Then in this one moment in time, I will be free. Yeah, I will be free.
Congratulations to Greta and to all of tonight's stellar recipients. Despite the continued disruptions to gathering in person, we hope you've enjoyed celebrating this evening with amazing women leaders from our Akron community. Pam, I think you agree that it has been an honor to host tonight's recognition.
Absolutely, Sandy. And thank you for attending. Before we close this evening, please join us in welcoming ATHENA Akron's founder and past Leadership Award recipient from both ATHENA Akron and ATHENA International, Norma Risk, for closing remarks.
Thank you. As one of the founders of ATHENA Akron, I'm so pleased to be part of the 2021 ATHENA Leadership Award program. Thank you for joining us at another outstanding ATHENA celebration, and also for sharing your support for our recipients and our finalist honorees. Congratulations to all the recipients and finalists who now join others who have received the ATHENA Leadership Award around the world. The number of recipients is captured by the numbering on the bronze sculptures that are produced and shipped globally, now over 8,000. Thank you to Martha Mertz, who started the ATHENA Award event, that program in Lansing, Michigan, over 3 decades ago. We've enjoyed an evening of celebration and joy, one of the attributes of the ATHENA leadership model. We invite you to upcoming programming. Just check our website, athenaakron.org. ATHENA Akron holds the annual license for this Leadership Award event, as well as the ATHENA Women's Leadership Day event. And in conjunction with the University of Akron Research Foundation, we also hold the lifetime license for ATHENA PowerLink, a board of advisors for a woman owner for a year. We are a local membership organization, and we invite you to become a member. Many of you know that I like to provide a challenge. Today, I ask you to intentionally seek opportunities to support our emerging women leaders. Think about a student or a young person who just needs a few words of encouragement or a career resource to move along on their way. Make it a little bit easier for them. Support them. These young leaders will make a difference in their family, in their work, in their community, and we will all benefit from their ongoing leadership. To all the sponsors who are with us, thank you again. Your support is essential for this event. To the recipients watching today from the Akron region, and perhaps from some other states or countries, thank you for all you do to support community needs everywhere. Thank you to the current and past board members. You make this possible. And to our event co-chairs, Sandra Haskell, Pam Valentine, we appreciate your work to bring us an incredible event. And to everyone, thank you again for sharing this event with us. We look forward to seeing you in person next year for the 2022 ATHENA Leadership Award celebration. Thank you, and have a good evening.